Why does your app feel slow sometimes? Imagine a car traveling down a highway. As the car moves from start to finish, the time it takes represents latency. Latency is simply the speed of one single car moving through the system. Now, think about a toll booth. When you have many cars trying to pass through that same point, you are dealing with throughput. Throughput measures how many requests you can handle in a specific window of time. To calculate these, remember that latency is the end time minus the start time, while throughput is the total number of requests divided by that total time. When you look at a single request, that delay is your latency. But when you look at a box full of many requests hitting your system at once, that is your throughput. It's the difference between feeling like you are waiting in line and feeling like the entire entrance is completely overwhelmed. Is your app fast? When you look at your dashboard, you likely see a scatter plot of your response times. The green dots show most requests finishing quickly, while the few red dots represent the slower requests. If you calculate the average response time, you get a single number that sits right in the middle of all those fast requests. Wait, why is my app still laggy? Notice how the average completely ignores those few slow red dots on the far right. This is where the 95th percentile, or P95, comes in. The P95 is the response time value where 95% of all your requests are faster. When you look at the P95 line, it captures the threshold of the long tail, which is the small set of requests that take significantly longer than the rest. The average hides the truth. P95 reveals the experience. Why do your requests queue up? When you send data into a shop, the arrival rate, shown here as lambda, determines how fast customers arrive. Watch as they form a queue outside. Inside, the barista represents your service time, or W, which is how long it takes to process each individual request. Little's law states that the queue length, L, is simply the product of your arrival rate and the average wait time for each request. If your service speed stays constant, then as you get more arrivals, your queue will inevitably grow to compensate for the traffic. Look at this graph showing the relationship between arrivals and queue length. Notice that as the arrival rate increases, the curve begins to spike sharply. That point is your bottleneck, where the incoming traffic exceeds your maximum service capacity. To keep things running smoothly, you must always match your system capacity to your incoming demand.